Good afternoon. It's time. It's time for yet another epic, historical Bucky's Mill, NFL Bucky's Mill Day. This is your host, Mike C. And of course, the star of the show, as always, finally a happy Badger. It's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky, say hi. All right. After 3 very long years, the Axe is back in Madison where it belongs. The Badger, we watched the game. The Badgers beat the Minnesota Gophers 28-14. They were tied 14 at the half, and then they shut them out the rest of the game, which I believe it's 2 weeks in a row they've done that. So it was a very entertaining game. Minnesota made some big plays. But the second half, I won't say they dominated them, but they pretty much controlled the second half of that game. And like I said, basically they shut them out after that. So it was a very good game. I believe, if I remember right, that their Badgers were down 14-0. And they just, found a way to tie it, and then obviously, scored 2 touchdowns in the second half and won. And they kept showing the Axe in temporary possession. Some Rube holding the Axe with the Minnesota side facing out. And it's like, oh, that's going to change in a few minutes. But they made an interception late in the game to seal the deal. Braylon Allen got 2 touchdowns, which was great. It's probably his last game playing for the Badgers. So he went on in style. Well, they've got one more game. What am I talking about? They got a bowl game coming up. Obviously, we still don't know who they're going to play or where they're going to go. I've heard Auburn. Who knows? But you got one more game coming, and they get to practice, which is very important. During the off season, so it's a great time. They won 2 in a row, and this is very important. And it's first acts for Coach Fickle. I think he can breathe a sigh of relief, and very happy about the Badgers finally winning. They beat Gophers after 3 years, like I said, and the Axe is back. Now, before I go any further, Bucky, what do you have in front of you today? Well, this is a book that I got today, literally like an hour ago, in the mail, and it's a book. It's called Downtown Minneapolis. I love Minneapolis, and a lot of old pictures. I kind of flipped through it. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's tape on the side here. It got really wrecked in the mail, in the delivery and stuff, and just chewed it up. So I'm not happy about that. So I won't be displaying it. But so I put some tape on it. It's not very attractive, but it holds it together. But this whole section here is just chewed up. So I thought, well, since they play the Gophers in Minneapolis, I put the Axe picture right here, and it's facing the right side. And so I thought that's appropriate for today's video. Going back a few days, unfortunately. Turkey Day, the Detroit Lions lost to the Packers 29-22. They scored a very late touchdown and tried to get the onside kick, but that didn't work. And they played I think a terrible game. Defense was horrible. No pass rush again. Secondary was very shaky. They had no passion. They played 3 games, I think it's in 11 days, something like that, so kind of a little slack. But, man, you got to get up for those kind of games. Every game you should, making millions of dollars. So that was disappointing. They've lost, 6 in a row, I think, on Turkey Day? Some obscene stat like that. So that has to change. But, congrats to the Pack. They played very well. And tonight, the Vikings play the Chicago Bears in Minneapolis. Speaking of Minneapolis, so we're going to watch that game very intently. Of course, Carl likes her Vikings. And so that'll be an exciting game. And go Bears, bear down Bears. And so the Lions can still have a 2-game lead in the division. So that's the two main reasons we're here. I wasn't expecting this book till tomorrow. I thought, well, it's a sign, so I put it in today. We had 10 views last week, not a lot, but week before we had 27. Who knows? So I'm thankful for those 10 views. I was supposed to have a doctor appointment today, but it got canceled, so took care of that. Not a big deal. The weather we had snow over the weekend, a lot of accidents, and but now it's like 42. It's very nice out. We actually might go for a walk later. We'll see. I got a lot of laundry to do today, so that's my day. But I might put the Christmas decorations up today, so we'll see. But now next up for the Lions is the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, which is probably a good thing. So the Lions can actually breathe a little bit. Now the Saints lost to the Falcons, and they gave up a lot of rushing yards, so expect a heavy dose of, the running backs. And they're favorite at 3.5 to win, but who knows? I've seen a lot of mock drafts, that. It's either going to be cornerback or should be cornerback or edge, maybe defensive interior, but I can get that later. Edge is a huge need, and in a CB1, they desperately need that. So those are going to be the picks. I think they should be the picks anyway. And I've commented on that on just about every mock draft that I've seen out there, and a lot of them agree with me for that because it's painfully obvious that's what they need. But it's 150 days, I think, to the actual draft. I just saw that stat for just a brief second today. So it's exciting. It's going to be a while away, but we're getting there, Bucky. And so I think that's about it. Not too much else to report. So I think we're going to call it, Bucky. So for Mike C and of course Star Show, as always, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. Have a good day. Be safe. Be kind. And get your Christmas shopping done early. I'm all done, which is fantastic. I've never had that done before, the 1st of October or 1st of December. So I'm all done. I'm just waiting for one more package to come, Bucky, and then I'm done. So I'm excited about that. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.